Emergency medical situation at Pennington General. Need immediate consultation from all available staff.
Dr. Ashworth, what's the nature of the emergency? I'm in the ER but can assist if needed.
We had a delivery 30 minutes ago. Room 247. The patient was Maria Santos, 28 years old, full-term pregnancy. Everything seemed normal during labor.
I was assisting in that delivery. Dr. Ashworth, are you sure you want to discuss this over chat?
Yes, I need help. Ophelia, you witnessed what happened. Tell Dr. Ravencrest what you saw.
Of course. The delivery was progressing normally. Crown presented, shoulders rotated properly. But when the infant emerged, God help me, I've never seen anything like it.
Okay, was there a birth defect?
It wasn't human. At least, not entirely. The moment it came out, it grabbed onto the mother's internal organs, and it pulled them out with it.
The umbilical cord was still attached, but it was like the thing was using it as a rope, pulling everything out.
That's anatomically ridiculous. The umbilical cord doesn't have that kind of tensile strength.
I realize how it sounds, but I've been delivering babies for 15 years. This thing pulled out the uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries, part of the intestinal tract. All of it came out in one horrible mass. Don't believe me? See for yourself.
Jesus Christ.
The mother died instantly due to massive hemorrhaging, but the thing that came out of her, it was moving.
Excuse me? Newborns don't have coordinated movement.
Well, this one did. The second it hit the delivery table, it looked around, like it was surveying the room. Then it made this sound.
I'll never forget that sound. It wasn't crying. It was more like clicking, rapid clicking sounds.
Clicking sounds? From an infant?
Then it moved, faster than anything I've ever seen. It dropped off the table and scurried across the floor, still trailing the mother's organs behind it.
It went straight for the drain. The floor drain in the corner of the delivery room, like it knew exactly where it was going.
We tried to stop it. I lunged for it, but it was too fast. It dove headfirst into that drain, squeezed through an opening that shouldn't have fit a newborn.
Are you absolutely certain about what you saw?
Dr. Ravencrest, I know how this sounds, but we both saw it. The thing that came out of Maria Santos was not a normal baby.
It had human features, but the proportions were wrong. The limbs were too long, the fingers were extended, and the eyes.
Black eyes, completely black. No iris, no pupil distinction, just solid black.
I need to see the delivery room.
What's going on? I'm getting reports of a code red in obstetrics.
Dr. Thornfield, we have a situation. Are you in the hospital?
I'm in administration. What kind of situation requires the entire emergency response team?
The kind that requires immediate police intervention, and possibly hazmat protocols?
Hazmat? For a delivery?
Dr. Thornfield, you need to quarantine delivery room 247, and we need to trace the drain system.
I'll need more information before I can authorize that.
Augustus, I'm going to send you photos, but I need you to prepare yourself. What you're about to see is not normal.
Send them! Jesus Christ, what happened in there?
That's what we're trying to tell you. Something came out of Maria Santos. Something that evidently wasn't human.
I'm looking at the security footage now. There's a 3-minute gap during the delivery. The cameras went static.
Static? No, the cameras were working fine during labor.
They cut out at 3:47 a.m., came back online at 3:50 a.m., but I can see the aftermath, the blood, the tissue, and I can see you two trying to revive Mrs. Santos's severed corpse.
What about the drain? Did the cameras catch anything going into the drain?
That's the thing. I pulled up the maintenance schematics. That floor drain connects to the main sewer system. It runs under the entire hospital and connects to the city's drainage network.
Meaning whatever went down there could be anywhere in Pennington by now.
We need to call the police then. This thing killed Maria Santos, and it's now loose in the city.
I'm implementing quarantine protocols for the obstetrics wing. Nobody in or out until we understand what we're dealing with.
What about the father? Does Maria Santos have a family?
She was alone. No emergency contacts listed, but that's not our biggest concern right now. We need to warn the authorities.
I'm contacting Pennington PD. This is beyond our capabilities.
What do we tell them? That a newborn baby killed its mother and escaped into the sewers?
Yes, we tell them the truth, no matter how insane it sounds. Because if that thing is still alive down there, and if it's growing, then people are in danger.
Growing? What makes you think it's growing?
The way it moved, the intelligence it displayed. Normal newborns can't coordinate like that, but this thing knew exactly what it was doing. It had a plan.
I'm seeing reports of unusual activity in the basement. Maintenance is hearing sounds in the pipes. Fleshy sounds.
It's still in the building then.
Or it's moving through the entire system. Augustus, you need to alert the city utilities department and evacuate the lower levels.
Already on it. But Cordelia, we need to discuss containment. If this thing is what you say it is, we can't let word get out prematurely.
Containment? People could die.
Seraphina's right. We have a duty to warn the public. This isn't about hospital liability. This is about public safety.
I understand your concerns, but we need to approach this with caution. Panic won't help anyone.
Well, there's something else. When the thing was pulling out the organs, it wasn't random. It seemed to be selecting specific parts.
What do you mean selecting?
It went for the reproductive organs first, then the digestive tract, like it knew what it needed.
Needed for what?
That's what terrifies me. This thing isn't just a medical anomaly, it's predatory, and it's learning.
The police are en route as we speak. I need you all to prepare statements. Stick to the facts. No speculation about what this thing might be.
The facts are terrifying enough. A woman died giving birth to something inhuman. That something escaped into the city infrastructure, and it demonstrated intelligence and purpose.
Should we mention the clicking sounds?
Mention everything. Every detail could be important.
I'm heading to the delivery room now. Need to examine the scene while it's fresh.
Be careful down there, and stay away from the drains.
We all need to be careful. Whatever came out of Maria Santos, it's not finished. I can feel it.
Feel what?
That this was just the beginning.
All units, this is Sergeant Castellanos, responding to a Code 7 at Pennington General Hospital. Medical staff reporting a wildly unusual incident in obstetrics.
Copy that, Sergeant. Officer Blackthorne available for backup. What's the nature of the incident?
Still getting details. Something about a problematic birth, possible fatality involved. I'm heading to the hospital now. Start patrolling the area in case this is some kind of escape situation.
Understood.
Juniper, I just spoke with hospital administration. We're dealing with something way more serious. The medical staff claims something escaped into the sewer system.
Escaped? Like a patient?
Negative. They're saying it was connected to a birth, but details are unclear as of now. I need you to canvass the surrounding area. Check storm drains and sewer access points.
Copy that. Starting with the main drainage on Hospital Avenue. Working outward from there.
Good. Look for anything unusual. Blood, tissue, signs of disturbance. Something is under our town.
Sergeant, I'm at the Hospital Avenue drain. There's definitely something here.
What kind of something?
Red slime coating the drain entrance. Looks fresh. And it has a trail leading away from the hospital.
Which direction?
Northeast toward the residential district. Castle Street area. The trail is faint but visible.
Follow it carefully, and keep your body cam rolling. I'm finishing up at the hospital, and then I'll head out too.
Copy. The trail continues for about 2 blocks. It's getting thicker as I follow it. Sergeant, this is really strange.
Strange how?
The slime isn't just blood. There are tissue fragments mixed in, like something was dragging organic matter.
Stay alert then, and keep your weapon ready.
The trail leads directly to 1247 Castle Street, Henderson residence according to the mailbox. Should I approach?
Wait for backup. I'll send a squad your way now.
Sergeant, the front door is ajar. And I can smell something horrible.
Do not enter until backup arrives. That's an order.
Copy, but this smell is overwhelming. It's like rotting meat mixed with iron, and something else I can't identify. And there are flies gathering around the door.
God damn it then. Fine. Get yourself in there.
Yes, sir. I'm approaching the residence now. Door is definitely open.
Can confirm where the odor is coming from?
Not yet. Let me get further in. Jesus Christ.
Officer, what's your status?
I'm inside the residence. We need Detective Nightshade here immediately. And the coroner?
What did you find?
4 bodies in the living room. The entire Henderson family. But they're not just dead. They've been dismantled.
Dismantled?
Their internal organs have been removed, violently extracted. There's blood and tissue everywhere. The bodies are arranged in a pile.
A pile? You mean stacked?
Not stacked. More like they were dragged together. Their flesh is partially stripped from the bones. This wasn't done by a human.
I'm calling Detective Nightshade now. This is way above our pay grade.
Good call. And we should contact the medical team from the hospital. I think I just found where their escaped patient went.
This is Detective Nightshade. Officer Blackthorne just briefed me. I'm en route to your location.
Detective, this scene is unlike anything I've encountered. We're going to need crime scene specialists, and possibly hazmat protocols.
That severe?
The victims appear to have had their organs harvested, but not surgically. More like they were torn out by something with claws.
I'm documenting the slime trail outside. It continues around to the back of the house, leading toward the woods behind the property.
Follow that trail, but maintain a safe distance. Whatever did this might still be in the area.
I'm here. I can smell the scene from the street. This is definitely not a standard homicide.
We're out in the forest as we speak. And Detective, before you enter, the medical staff at Pennington General, they mentioned something about a newborn.
A newborn did this?
That's what they're claiming. Born 3 hours ago now. Killed its mother during delivery. Escaped through the hospital drainage system.
What? Newborns don't have the strength or coordination.
Look at the crime scene and tell me what's possible.
Holy hell, these bodies have been completely eviscerated. The precision of the organ removal is inhuman.
The trail in the backyard is much heavier. More tissue, more blood. It led directly into the forest.
Hence why me and Juniper went in. Now we need to establish a perimeter first. Whatever killed the Henderson family might still be hunting.
Sergeant, this wasn't random violence. The organ extraction shows specific targeting. Heart, liver, kidneys, digestive tract, like something was feeding.
Feeding?
The bite marks on the bones suggest consumption. Not human bite patterns, though. The teeth marks are too large, too sharp. But even so, We're clearly not dealing with a mindless animal.
I'm calling for backup units, full tactical response, and I want animal control specialists.
Animal control won't be enough. Based on the damage here, we might need military consultation. This thing is beyond civilian law enforcement capabilities.
Should I contact the medical team? They might have additional information about what we're hunting.
Yes, patch them into our communications. We need to understand what we're dealing with before it kills again.
It will kill again. The feeding pattern here suggests this was just the beginning. The creature consumed maybe 30% of the available tissue. It's still hungry.
How do we track something that moves through the sewer system?
We map every access point in the city. Storm drains, manholes, utility tunnels. Create a grid search pattern.
I'm requesting the City Utilities Department blueprints. We need to know every possible route this thing can take, and we need to set up monitoring at critical junctions.
Detective, what's your assessment of the timeline? How long between the hospital incident and this attack?
Based on blood coagulation and body temperature. The Henderson family died approximately 2 hours ago. That's 1 hour after the hospital escape.
So it moved fast. Hospital to Castle Street in under an hour. Through the drainage system.
While dragging organic matter behind it and maintaining enough energy to kill 4 adults.
Not just kill them, systematically harvest their organs. We're dealing with something that's both predatory and intelligent, and it's learning the city layout.
The forest trail suggests it's mobile above ground too, not confined to the sewer system. It can move overground when needed.
Which means nowhere is safe. We need to warn the public. Issue an emergency alert.
What do we tell them? Stay away from sewers and forests? Lock your doors against an unknown predator?
We tell them the truth. There's a dangerous creature loose in Pennington, and everyone needs to stay indoors after dark.
Yes, sir. I'll send it out now.
Daddy, you're home early. I just heard you come in downstairs.
What? Violet, I'm not home. I'm still in Chicago. My flight isn't until Thursday, hon.
But I heard footsteps. Someone just came through the front door, and they're walking around downstairs.
Where's your mother? It's probably just her, no?
Mom went to the grocery store. She said she'd be back in an hour. That was like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I see. Violet, listen to me very carefully. Lock your bedroom door, right now.
But Daddy, if it's not you downstairs, then who is it?
I don't know, sweetheart, but you need to hide. Can you get to your closet?
The footsteps are getting louder. They're coming up the stairs. Daddy, I'm scared.
I know, baby, I know. But you need to be brave for me. Get in your closet and stay quiet. I'm calling the police right now.
Okay, Daddy, I'll lock the bedroom door now. But the footsteps stopped. I think they're on the second floor now.
Don't make any sounds. Turn your phone to silent and text 911 as soon as you're hidden.
I'm in the closet. The bedroom door is locked. But Daddy, I'm not even sure it's a person.
What?
It's footsteps. They're really heavy. Like someone is dragging something behind them. And there's a yucky smell coming under my door. Like when we found that dead raccoon in the backyard. But worse. Much worse.
Violet, it's gonna be okay. Just don't come out until the police arrive.
But Daddy, the footsteps stopped right outside my door. I can see a shadow under the door.
Don't look at the door. I'm on the phone with 911 right now.
The door handle is turning, but I literally locked it. How is it turning?
Violet, are you still there?
Daddy, it broke the lock. The door is opening. I can't see clearly. It's too dark. But there's someone standing in my doorway.
Stay hidden, baby. Don't move, don't make a sound.
It's not moving either. It's just standing there, like it's looking around my room.
Can you see what it looks like?
It's really tall. Taller than you, Daddy. And it's making quiet clicking noises. Like when you click your tongue, but faster.
Clicking noises? Violet, whatever you do, don't let it see you.
I think it knows I'm here. It's turning toward the closet. Daddy, I'm really scared.
The police are coming, sweetheart. Just stay quiet a little longer.
Oh my God, Daddy. It's not human.
What?
It's covered in something wet and red. And its head is huge and fleshy.
Violet, take a picture if you can. The police need to see what we're dealing with.
I don't want to move. What if it hears me?
You need to do this, baby. For both of us.
Okay, Daddy. I'm going to try. Daddy, the flash was on. It's seen me.
Violet, no! Dad, something terrible is happening. Violet is in danger.
What's the situation? I thought you were in Chicago.
I am in Chicago, but someone broke into the house. Violet was texting me. Then she sent me a picture. Dad, it's not human.
What do you mean, not human?
The thing in our house. It's some kind of creature, covered in blood and flesh, with a massive head.
Lysander, slow down. When did Violet stop responding?
3 minutes ago, right after she sent the picture. Dad, I think it got her.
I'm dispatching units to the house right now, and I'm heading there myself.
Hurry, Dad. Please hurry. I can't lose her.
You won't. All units, this is Captain Grimwald. Code 3 emergency at 1543 Noble Street. Possible home invasion with child victim. I need every available unit there now.
Captain, This is Sergeant Castellanos. That's your son's home address. Are you sure about this?
Confirmed. My granddaughter Violet is inside. And we may be dealing with the same entity from the Henderson case.
Sir, did you say the same entity?
The description matches. Large humanoid figure covered in blood. Non-human proportions.
Jesus Christ. It's targeting families.
All units converge on Maple Street. Use extreme caution. This thing has already killed 4 people.
Captain, I'm 2 minutes out. Should we attempt entry or wait for tactical?
We go in. Every second counts. This is Captain Grimwald. As of 0600 hours, I'm taking direct command of this investigation. We found my granddaughter's body at 0347 this morning. She suffered the same fate as the Henderson family.
Captain, I'm so sorry for your loss, but are you sure you should be leading this investigation?
I'm the most motivated person in this department right now. That thing killed Violet, and I'm going to hunt that bastard down.
Sir, with respect, perhaps detective oversight would be more appropriate, given your personal involvement.
Detective Nightshade, you'll coordinate tactical operations, but I'm maintaining overall command. This is my jurisdiction and my granddaughter.
Captain, I have updates from the overnight search teams. Do you want the briefing now?
Go ahead, Officer Stormwind.
Units 7 and 12 searched the tunnel system under Noble Street. They found evidence of the creature's presence. Fresh tissue samples and more of that red slime, but no direct contact.
The thing is staying mobile. It's not establishing a nest or territory, just hunting and moving on.
Which makes it significantly harder to predict. We need to establish patrol patterns that cover the entire drainage network.
I'm authorizing expanded search protocols, double shifts for all officers, and I want teams stationed at every major sewer access point.
Sir, that's going to require additional manpower. We don't have enough officers to maintain that level of coverage.
Then we get more officers. I'm contacting neighboring jurisdictions and state authorities. This thing is going to kill again and again and again until we stop it.
Captain, speaking of additional kills, I need to brief you on developments from the past 72 hours.
What developments?
3 more families have been found dead. Same MO as the Henderson house and your son's residence.
The Patterson family on Helm Street, the Rodriguez family on Pine Tree Avenue, and the Luton family on Eastwood Drive.
When were they discovered?
Patterson family yesterday morning, Rodriguez family yesterday evening, Luton family was found 2 hours ago.
All 3 scenes show identical organ extraction patterns. Heart, liver, kidneys, digestive tract. But there's something else.
The creature is getting more efficient. The Henderson family took time to kill. Multiple struggle signs, defensive wounds, but the recent families show no signs of struggle.
Like it's learning how to kill faster and more effectively.
How much time between attacks?
Patterson family died approximately 48 hours after Violet. Rodriguez family 12 hours after that. Luton family 8 hours after Rodriguez.
The frequency is accelerating, and there's another pattern.
I've been analyzing the victim demographics. All families had children between ages 5 and 12. Henderson family had twin boys, age 8. Violet was 8 years old. Patterson family had a daughter, age 6. Rodriguez family had a son, age 10. Luton family had 2 daughters, ages 7 and 11.
It's targeting families with young children, specifically.
The question is, why? What's so special about that age range?
Maybe it's not about age. Maybe it's about size, easier to transport, easier to consume.
But it's killing entire families nonetheless, not just the children. Adults are showing the same organ extraction.
Maybe the children are the primary target, and the adults are just obstacles.
We need to warn families with children in that age range. Issue an emergency bulletin. Temporary evacuation or enhanced security.
Sir, that's hundreds of families. Where would they evacuate to?
Community centers, schools, churches, anywhere with multiple exits and open spaces. This thing seems to prefer isolated residential areas.
Captain, I have more troubling news. The creature appears to be growing.
Growing?
Witness reports from the Luton family scene. Neighbors saw something moving in their backyard around 2 a.m. Description doesn't match our previous sightings.
How so?
Previous reports described it as roughly human-sized, but significantly taller and more muscular. Here, I have a picture. This thing is more than twice as wide as a normal human now.
It's feeding and growing. Each family it kills makes it stronger.
Which means the next attack will be even more devastating and harder to stop.
We need heavier weapons. Standard service pistols might not be effective at this stage, especially against something that size.
I'm authorizing tactical gear for all units. Shotguns, rifles, body armor, and I want explosive devices on standby.
Sir, explosive devices in residential areas?
If it comes down to that thing or civilian casualties, we use whatever force is necessary.
Captain, we also need to consider the possibility that conventional weapons might not work at all.
What do you mean?
This thing was born in a hospital, survived medical examination, escaped through a drain that should have been too small. It's not following normal biological rules.
So what are you suggesting?
We might need specialized assistance, military consultation, or scientific expertise.
I'm already reaching out to state authorities, but they're moving slowly. Bureaucratic process.
How long can we hold out with current resources?
Based on the acceleration pattern, we might have 24 to 48 hours before the next attack, and it's going to be bigger than anything we've ever seen before.
Then we find it first. Officer Stormwind, coordinate with utilities. I want real-time monitoring of the entire sewer system. Motion sensors, cameras, anything that can track movement.
Copy that, sir. What about the wooded areas? The creature has shown it can move over ground.
Detective Nightshade organize hunting parties. Teams of 4, heavily armed. Systematic grid search of all forested areas.
Understood. But Captain, we're talking about hundreds of square miles of tunnels and wilderness.
Then we get more help. I'm calling in favors from every department within 100 miles.
Sir, what if we're approaching this wrong?
Explain.
We're hunting it like a criminal, but maybe we should be hunting it like a predator. Set traps, use bait.
Bait? You want to use families with children as bait?
No, synthetic bait. Medical waste, organ samples. Something that mimics what it's hunting for.
That's actually not a bad idea. We could set up controlled environments with heavy tactical support.
Do it. Set up 3 trap locations. One near the hospital, one in the residential area, one near the industrial district.
Sir, what if it doesn't take the bait?
Then we keep hunting. But at least we'll have tried something proactive. Instead of just reacting to its attacks.
Captain, there's one more thing. The media is starting to ask questions. 5 families dead in 4 days. We can't keep this quiet much longer.
We tell them there's a dangerous individual on the loose, possibly armed and extremely dangerous. We don't mention the creature aspects, not until we understand more.
Understood, sir. But when this gets out, and it will get out, there's going to be panic.
Then we better catch this thing before that happens. Because if panic sets in and people start fleeing the city, this creature might follow them and spread beyond Pennington.
Medical team, I need immediate consultation. We have 7 additional crime scenes from the past 24 hours, all showing the same signature as previous attacks. And so on.
Dr. Thornfield, this is Officer Stormwind. I've been coordinating the scene documentation. The locations are scattered across the entire city now.
7 more families in one day?
Unfortunately, yes. Morrison family on Oakdale Street, Chen family on Riverside Drive, Johnson family in the Hillcrest subdivision, Williams family near the Industrial Park, Davis family on Sunset Boulevard, Thompson family in Old Town, and the Martinez family on Chichester Street.
All with children in the target age range?
Every single one. All ages 6 through 11.
I need to examine these new crime scenes. The killing pattern may be evolving.
What do you mean by evolving?
I've been analyzing tissue samples from the most recent attacks. The organ extraction is becoming more selective, and there's evidence of partial consumption.
Nurse Red Moon here. I'm assisting doctor. Ravencrest with the tissue analysis. The samples show something disturbing.
More disturbing than what we've already seen.
The creature isn't just extracting organs anymore. It's partially digesting them before removal. There's a corrosive enzyme present in all samples.
The enzyme breaks down cellular structure, making the tissue easier to consume. It's becoming a more efficient predator.
Enzyme secretion suggests advanced biological adaptation. This thing is learning and evolving rapidly.
Detective Nightshade joining the conversation. I've mapped all attack locations. There's a definite pattern emerging.
The pattern radiates outward from Pennington General, starting at the hospital, spreading through residential areas, now reaching the outer neighborhoods.
It's hunting through the entire city, following some kind of territorial expansion.
Officer Shadowmere here. I've been monitoring the downtown area. We're getting reports of unusual sounds.
What kind of sounds?
Scratching and scraping from inside the storm drains. Residents are reporting movement in the sewer system, especially near the commercial district, and there's a smell.
The same smell from the crime scenes?
Worse, like rotting meat mixed with industrial chemicals. It's getting stronger each day.
Dr. Ravencrest, should I send you the enzyme analysis?
Yes, please. And include the tissue breakdown samples.
These samples show accelerated decomposition. The enzyme is incredibly potent. It can dissolve human tissue in minutes.
That explains the condition of the most recent victims. They're being pre-digested before consumption.
Which makes the creature more effective at feeding, and probably growing faster.
Growth rate correlation with attack frequency. The more it feeds, the more it needs to feed. We're looking at an exponential escalation.
Captain Grimwald here. I've been monitoring this conversation. Based on what you're reporting, we need to evacuate families with children immediately.
Sir, that's hundreds of families. The logistics alone?
Then we make it work. Officer Blackthorn, coordinate with emergency services. Set up temporary shelters. Schools, community centers, anywhere with security.
Copy that, Captain. I'll contact the Red Cross and local shelters, but we're going to need supplies for long-term housing.
How long are we talking about? Days? Weeks?
Until we neutralize the threat, however long that takes.
Captain, based on the medical evidence, traditional weapons may not be effective. This creature's biology is unlike anything documented.
I can confirm that, sir. Yesterday's patrol units fired at something moving in the drainage system. Standard ammunition had no apparent effect, and even more so, we found a picture of the bastard on a victim's phone, most likely taken right before it killed them.
Jesus, and bullets had no effect on it at all?
Yep. The thing just kept moving, like it didn't even notice.
Which brings us to a crucial question. If conventional law enforcement can't stop it, what can?
We need federal intervention, CDC, military, possibly scientific research teams.
I've been trying to get state attention, but they're treating this as a local police matter. They don't understand the scope.
Show them the tissue samples, the enzyme analysis. This isn't a criminal investigation anymore. It's a biological threat.
The enzyme is unlike anything in medical literature. It's not naturally occurring, at least not in any known species.
You're suggesting artificial creation?
I'm suggesting this creature didn't evolve naturally. Something created it, or it got somehow mutated.
Created by who? And for what purpose?
Does it matter at this point? We need to focus on stopping it before it kills everyone in Pennington.
Emergency services are asking about containment protocols. How do we contain something that moves through the sewer system?
We don't contain it. We eliminate it.
With what weapons? If standard ammunition doesn't work, what do we use?
Fire, maybe? High-temperature incineration. Most biological entities can't survive extreme heat.
That could work, but we'd need specialized equipment. Flamethrowers, incendiary devices.
I'm authorizing whatever weapons we need. Cost is not a factor. Lives are at stake.
Sir, there's another problem. The sewer system connects to neighboring towns. If this thing decides to migrate,
It could spread beyond Pennington, into Oakville, Riverside, maybe even the county seat.
Regional epidemic. Hundreds of thousands of potential victims.
We cannot let that happen. Absolutely cannot.
Evacuation shelters are being established. Red Cross is providing supplies, but families are asking questions. What do we tell them?
We tell them there's a public health emergency. Dangerous individual with possible biological weapon. Temporary relocation for safety.
Captain, we can't keep this secret much longer. The media is starting to investigate. 12 families dead in 5 days. That's not something you can hide.
Then we need to solve this before it becomes public. Mass panic will only make things worse.
Dr. Ravencrest, I have more test results. The enzyme samples are showing increased potency. It's getting stronger.
Send me everything. Analysis, photographs, chemical breakdown. We need to understand this thing's biology.
If we understand how it works, we might find a weakness.
Something we can exploit. A way to kill it.
time is running out though. The sounds from the drainage system are getting louder and closer to populated areas.
I'm tracking movement patterns. The creature is becoming more bold, less concerned about hiding.
Because it's getting larger and stronger, and it knows we can't stop it.
Captain, federal agencies need to be contacted. This is beyond local capabilities.
I'll reach out to the CDC. Frame it as a medical emergency.
And I'll contact infectious disease specialists. Maybe someone has seen something similar.
Do whatever you need to do. Because if we can't stop this thing, Pennington is going to become a ghost town.
Or worse, a feeding ground.
All units, massive seismic activity downtown. The ground is literally splitting open. Something enormous is coming up.
Officer Shadowmere, confirm your location. What do you mean coming up?
Main Street intersection. The concrete is cracking in massive lines, like something is pushing up from below. Oh my god! Flesh tendrils coming out of the manholes.
Say again?
Enormous fleshy appendages erupting from the storm drains. They're grabbing people, dragging them underground. This is not a drill. We are under attack.
Officer Stormwind here. I can see it from my position on Oak Street. The entire downtown area is being torn apart. The creature has grown to a Goliath size.
Jesus Christ. How big is this thing?
It's not just big, it's everywhere. The tendrils are coming up from multiple blocks, like it's been growing under the entire city.
I just watched it grab Mrs. Peter from the crosswalk, wrapped around her waist and pulled her down a storm drain. She's gone. Just gone.
Detective Nightshade attempting to reach the station. Roadways are completely blocked by flesh masses. Some of the appendages are as thick as telephone poles. They're pulsing and moving with coordination.
Coordination?
It's not random thrashing. The creature is methodically grabbing civilians, targeting families with children first. Just like before, but on a massive scale.
Captain Grimwald here. This is not one creature. It's now a full-scale network, connected all throughout the underground of the city.
Sir, I estimate at least 30 civilians captured in the past few minutes alone. The thing is everywhere at once.
Initiating emergency evacuation protocols. But most major roads are blocked. People are trapped in their vehicles, and some cars are being dragged underground too. This is a goddamn invasion.
Medical emergency. The creature is in the hospital. Tendrils coming up through floor drains in the basement.
Dr. Ashworth, evacuate immediately. Get to the upper floors.
I'm barricaded in the delivery ward, but I can hear it moving through the pipes. The walls are shaking.
Dr. Ravencrest in the ER. Same situation here. Flesh-covered appendages emerging from the drainage systems. They're searching for something.
Nurse Red Moon trapped in the pharmacy. The creature just broke through the floor. It's massive, filling the entire basement level.
Everyone get to the roof. Emergency helicopter evacuation.
The elevators aren't working, and the stairwells are blocked. We're trapped.
The creature isn't trying to kill us immediately. It's hurting us, corralling us towards specific areas.
Why would it do that?
Maybe it's saving us for later, like storing food.
I've been separated from my unit. I'm now being pursued through Maple Grove subdivision by multiple smaller creatures, like fragments of the main entity.
Smaller creatures?
Human-sized pieces of flesh, moving independently, but coordinated with the main mass. They're hunting door to door.
The main creature has fragmented, creating smaller hunting units, while maintaining the underground network.
I count at least 50 civilians captured so far, and the numbers are climbing rapidly. The creature is systematic, block by block, house by house.
Emergency services are overwhelmed. Fire department can't get through. EMS vehicles are being targeted. The creature recognizes emergency responders.
It's intelligent, more intelligent than we realized. This isn't random feeding. This is organized harvesting.
Harvesting for what purpose?
Growth, reproduction, something worse. The original creature was newborn-sized. Now it spans multiple city blocks.
And it's still growing. I can see new tendrils emerging from areas that were clear 10 minutes ago. It's expanding in real time.
The smaller fragments are regrouping, converging on the elementary school. There are still children inside.
Evacuation of the school was incomplete. Estimated 40 children and staff remain.
We have to get them out.
All available units converge on Pennington Elementary. Rescue mission priority 1.
Communication systems are failing. Cell towers are being targeted. The creature is cutting our communications.
Hospital team, we're losing contact. The creature damaged our communication equipment. This might be our last transmission.
Medical team, hold your positions. Help is coming.
I hope so, because this thing isn't finished. It's just getting started.
This is Lieutenant Celeste Ironheart, U.S. Military Emergency Response Division. We have received your distress signals. Federal assistance is now being deployed to Pennington. Military units are establishing a secure perimeter around the affected area.
Thank God. We need immediate evacuation support ASAP. The creature has taken control of most of the city.
Copy that, Officer Stormwind. We have been monitoring the situation. Specialized containment teams are en route as we speak.
Major Caspian Wolf here, coordinating tactical operations. All surviving police units, report your positions immediately.
Officer Shadowmere, currently mobile downtown, attempting to reach the city limits, being pursued by smaller creature fragments.
Officer Stormwind, positioned in the woods north of town. I can see military vehicles establishing positions, approximately 2 miles from the city center.
Excellent, we have visual on both positions. Extraction teams are being deployed, medical support standing by.
Officer Shadowmere, continue toward the northern checkpoint. Follow Main Street to Highway 47. Our units will provide cover fire if necessary.
Copy that. Finally, some good news. How long until extraction?
ETA 15 minutes for your position. Officer Stormwind, remain in your current location. Helicopter extraction is being prepared.
Lieutenant Ironheart, this is Dr. Thornfield at Pennington General. We have medical staff trapped in the hospital. The creature has infiltrated the building.
Dr. Thornfield, we are aware of your situation. Military medics are standing by to assist. Can you provide an exact count of survivors?
Dr. Ashworth, Nurse Redmoon, Dr. Ravencrest, and myself. 4 medical personnel currently barricaded on upper floors.
The creature's behavior has changed since the military arrived. It seems more agitated. The tendrils are retreating from some areas.
Dr. Ashworth, can you record these behavioral changes? Our research team needs detailed observations.
Research team? How did you organize a research team so quickly?
Military protocols, Doctor. We have rapid response capabilities. Continue documenting everything you observe.
The creature is consolidating, pulling its mass back toward the center of the city, like it's preparing for something.
Preparing for what?
Maybe it knows the military is here. Maybe it's getting ready to fight back.
All hospital personnel, remain in your current positions. Do not attempt to leave the building. Extraction will be coordinated from our command center.
Detective Nightshade here. I have concerns about this military response. How did federal units mobilize so quickly? We never officially requested military assistance.
Detective, emergency protocols allow for rapid deployment when biological threats are detected.
Biological threats? Who classified this as a biological threat? We've been calling it a creature attack.
Detective Nightshade, these questions can be addressed later. Right now, focus on survivor extraction.
Major, with respect, I need to know. How long has the military been aware of this situation?
Captain Grimwald attempting to reach Military Command Center. I'm seeing your vehicles positioned around the city, but none of them are entering the affected area. Why aren't you moving in to help?
Captain, our protocols require secure perimeter establishment first. We cannot risk military personnel until containment is confirmed.
Containment? People are dying in here. My officers are trapped.
Captain, we understand your frustration, but we must follow established procedures. Survivor extraction is our priority.
I can see the military checkpoint ahead, about half a mile from my position. Thank God I thought I wasn't going to make it.
Officer Shadowmere, be careful. Something doesn't feel right about this.
What do you mean?
The military perimeter is really far from the city, like they're trying to keep something contained, rather than rescue people.
Officer Stormwind, standard containment protocols. Nothing unusual about our positioning.
Lieutenant, I'm looking at satellite imagery. Your perimeter extends for miles. That's not a rescue operation. That's a quarantine.
Detective, you're misunderstanding our tactical approach. Multiple perimeter layers ensure complete security.
Security for whom? The survivors inside the city? Or the people outside it?
Captain Grimwald, please maintain communication protocols. All questions will be addressed during debriefing.
I'm approaching the checkpoint now. I can see soldiers with heavy weapons and some kind of scientific equipment. Looks like a mobile laboratory.
A laboratory? For what?
Standard biological assessment equipment. Officer Shadowmere, proceed to the checkpoint. Medical evaluation will be conducted immediately.
Medical evaluation? I'm not injured. I just need to get out of here.
Standard decontamination procedures. Everyone exposed to the creature must be processed.
Decontamination? What kind of contamination are we talking about?
Lieutenant, as a medical professional, I need to know what we're dealing with. Are there biological hazards we weren't aware of?
All medical questions will be addressed by our specialists. Continue documenting the creature's behavior.
The tendrils have completely withdrawn from the hospital. It's like the creature is hiding from something or someone.
Maybe it knows the military has weapons that can hurt it, something we didn't have access to.
Or maybe it recognizes them. Maybe this isn't the first time they've encountered this creature.
Detective, you're engaging in speculation. Focus on survival, not conspiracy theories.
Major, I've been a police captain for 20 years. I know the difference between a rescue operation and a cover-up. Which one is this?
Captain, all your concerns will be addressed once survivors are safely extracted.
I'm almost at the checkpoint. I made it. I'm at the military checkpoint. Officer Stormwind, we're going to be okay. The soldiers are here to help us.
Thank God, Officer Shadowmere. What's the extraction process?
They're setting up some kind of decontamination station, and there are medics waiting. This is it. We're finally getting out of here. Wait. Something's wrong.
What's wrong?
The soldiers are all turning toward me, and they're raising their weapons. Why are they pointing their guns at me?
Officer Shadowmere? Dante, respond! Dante? Lieutenant Ironheart, what happened to Officer Shadowmere? He reached the checkpoint and then went silent after your men raised their guns at him.
Officer Stormwind, there may have been radio interference. Officer Shadowmere is being processed through decontamination.
Processed? What does that mean exactly?
Standard medical evaluation procedures. He'll be back in communication shortly.
I'm observing the checkpoint from my position. I can see what's happening. That's not decontamination.
Officer Stormwind, maintain your current position. Do not approach the perimeter.
You just shot him. You killed Officer Shadowmere. He was trying to escape and you murdered him.
Officer, you're clearly experiencing stress-related hallucinations. The isolation has affected your perception.
Hallucinations? I watched your soldiers gun down a civilian family that tried to reach your checkpoint 10 minutes ago. A mother and 2 children. You're not here to rescue anyone. You're here to kill us all.
Officer Stormwind, remain calm. Help is on the way.
I'm trying to contact FBI headquarters, but all external communications are being blocked. Someone is jamming our signals.
Detective, they're not here to help us. The military just killed Officer Shadowmere, and they're preventing civilian evacuation.
I suspected as much. Their response time was way too suspicious. They were clearly already prepared for this.
Captain Grimwald here. I can see military units from my position. They're not setting up rescue operations. They're establishing kill zones.
Captain, this wasn't a random creature attack. This was planned. The military knew what was going to happen.
Just knew, or caused it.
Dr. Ashworth, the military has sealed all hospital exits. Armed soldiers at every door. They're not letting anyone leave.
I can see them from the window. They're not looking outward for threats. They're looking inward, at us.
We're prisoners. They're keeping us trapped here.
But why? Why would they want to keep us inside with the creature?
Maybe we know too much. We witnessed the birth. We documented everything.
We're witnesses to whatever they did, and they can't let us survive to report it.
Officer Blackthorn reporting. The creature is withdrawing underground. All tendrils retreating from surface positions.
Why would it retreat now?
Because the military is deploying flamethrowers and some kind of incendiary devices. They're burning everything.
Officer Blackthorn, report to the nearest checkpoint. Immediate extraction required.
I'm not falling for that, you twat. I saw what you did to Officer Shadowmere. You're not extracting anyone. You're eliminating witnesses?
Officer, you're making a serious mistake by refusing to comply with military orders.
Military orders for what? To murder American citizens? To cover up whatever experiment created that creature?
The hospital records, the tissue samples, everything we documented. They need to destroy all evidence.
Including us. We're the evidence.
Massive explosions from the city center. They're firebombing Pennington. I can see the creature's flesh mass burning, but they're also destroying the entire downtown area.
They're sterilizing the whole city, eliminating everything: the creature, the buildings, the evidence, and all the witnesses.
All personnel maintain current positions. Controlled detonation in progress for public safety.
Public safety? You created that thing. This was your experiment, and now you're covering it up by killing everyone who knows the truth.
Officer Stormwind, you're becoming hysterical.
Hysterical? I'm watching you murder an entire city.
Officer Stormwind, where are you exactly?
Hidden in the forest north of town. They haven't found me yet, but I can see military patrols searching.
Stay hidden. You might be the only one who survives to tell the truth.
What truth? That our own military created a monster? That they tested it on our city? That they killed everyone to cover it up?
Officer Stormwind, this is Captain Grimwald. If you survive this, tell them about Violet. Tell them about all the children who died. Tell them the truth.
Captain, where are you?
Surrounded by military units. They're moving in. I'm not going to make it.
Captain Grimwald.
They got Detective Nightshade, shot him while he was trying to escape. I think I'm the only police officer left besides you, Peregrine.
The explosions are getting closer. They're systematically destroying everything, block by block.
Hospital is on fire. Military incendiary devices. We're trapped on the upper floors.
The creature is screaming as it burns. It's the most horrible sound I've ever heard.
Dr. Ashworth, it's been an honor working with you.
Same here. At least we documented the truth. Maybe someone will find it someday.
The smoke is getting thicker. I don't think we're getting out of here.
I can see the entire city burning now. Everything is on fire. The creature, the buildings, everything. They're erasing Pennington from existence.
Officer Stormwind, I'm cornered. Military patrol found my position. This is it for me. Remember the truth. Tell everyone what really happened here.
Juniper, Officer Blackthorn. Damn it, you're all gone. You know, I can see military units heading toward my position. They're going to find me soon, but I know the truth now. They lied. This creature wasn't some random anomaly. They must have created it. I bet they tested it on us. And when it got out of control, they burned everything down to hide the evidence, including innocent families, including children, including my fellow officers. This is all they're doing. If anyone ever finds this message, remember Pennington. Remember what they did to us. Don't let them do it again. God be with us all.
Dr. Vex, this is Colonel Drakemore. I need your full assessment of the Pinky experiment. The field test has been concluded.
Colonel, the results were catastrophic. Subject Pinky exceeded all growth parameters by approximately 400% beyond projected maximum. The self-replication mechanism proved impossible to control.
But did we obtain the necessary data?
Yes, extensive behavioral and growth data. The feeding patterns were exactly as predicted. Selective organ harvesting for rapid biomass accumulation. The intelligence development was remarkable.
Major Wolf reporting. All civilian witnesses have been eliminated. 0 survivors confirmed. The creature mass is currently being incinerated. Estimated 98% destruction of biological material.
Excellent work, Major. Any complications during the elimination phase?
Minimal resistance from local law enforcement. The police officers were easily managed. Cover story implementation was seamless.
Colonel, the creature's final growth phase was extraordinary. It had essentially networked the entire underground infrastructure, creating a citywide nervous system. If we hadn't terminated the experiment when we did, it could have spread to neighboring urban areas.
Which is precisely why we selected Pennington. Test Site 100 was chosen for its isolation, remote enough for containment, large enough for meaningful data collection.
Lieutenant Ironheart reporting. Media coordination complete. Cover story of industrial gas leak explosion is being disseminated. Estimated casualties reported as 847 residents. Accidental explosion during maintenance work.
Perfect, Lieutenant. Federal investigators will confirm the story. Industrial accident, complete loss of life. Tragic but explainable.
Colonel, regarding the Super Soldier Development Program, the Pinky experiment provided crucial insights. We now understand the critical growth limitation factors for future subject development.
Dr. Vex, elaborate on the program improvements.
Subject Pinky was designed as a self-replicating battlefield soldier, capable of independent operation behind enemy lines, feeding on enemy personnel to maintain strength, but the replication mechanism was too aggressive.
The creature's tactical intelligence was impressive, though. It systematically eliminated threats, avoided direct confrontation with superior firepower, and adapted its hunting strategies in real time.
Exactly, Major. The base intelligence programming was successful. We just need to implement growth limiters and better remote termination protocols.
What modifications are you proposing for Subject Quincy?
Reduced replication rate by 60%, enhanced neural control implants, and a built-in genetic kill switch activated by specific pheromone triggers.
Colonel, the next test site has been selected. Riverside Township, population 1,200. Similar isolation characteristics to Pennington, but smaller population for better control.
Approved, Lieutenant. Begin preparation for Test Site 101. We'll implement the Quincy modifications.
Colonel, final sweep of Pennington is complete. No evidence remains. No survivors detected. The area is being sealed as a contamination zone. Indefinite quarantine authorization.
Outstanding work, Major. Dr. Vex, how soon can Subject Quincy be prepared?
Approximately 6 weeks for full development. The genetic modifications are complex, but the Pinky data has accelerated our timeline significantly. We learned more in 1 week than in the previous 6 months.
The casualties were regrettable but acceptable. 847 civilian deaths for military advancement. A reasonable exchange for national security.
Colonel, the Pennington families who died, should we provide any compensation to extended family?
Negative, Lieutenant. Industrial accident compensation is handled through private insurance. Our involvement remains classified.
Colonel, I do want to note, the creature's targeting of children was unintended. That behavior pattern was not programmed. It appears to have developed spontaneously.
Interesting. Could that be weaponized?
Potentially. If we can understand the targeting mechanism, it could be directed towards specific demographics, enemy youth populations, military recruitment ages.
That would be incredibly effective for psychological warfare. Terror tactics against civilian populations. Force enemy surrender through fear.
Dr. Vex, include that in the Quincy development. Programmable targeting parameters. Age-specific genetic markers, whatever's feasible.
Understood, Colonel. I'll incorporate demographic targeting into the neural programming. The Pinky experiment provided excellent baseline data.
Colonel, media response to the Pennington incident has been minimal. Local news coverage only. National media has accepted the industrial accident explanation. No investigative interest detected.
Excellent, Lieutenant. Continue monitoring for any suspicious inquiries. But I expect this will be forgotten within a news cycle.
Colonel, the incineration is complete. Subject Pinky has been completely destroyed. Biological material reduced to ash. Area sterilization successful.
Perfect, Major. Begin preparation for Test Site 101. Riverside Township will be next.
Colonel, this has been an invaluable experiment. The data we collected will advance the program by years. Subject Quincy will be significantly more effective and more controllable.
Dr. Vex, this is exactly why we conduct field tests. Laboratory conditions can't replicate real-world scenarios. The Pennington test provided perfect conditions. Urban environment, civilian population, stress testing.
Colonel, should we begin surveillance on Riverside Township? Identify key infrastructure, population centers, optimal Subject Quincy deployment locations.
Affirmative, Lieutenant. Full preparation and planning. We want Test Site 101 to be even more successful.
Colonel, the Pennington operation is officially concluded. Mission parameters achieved. Data collection complete. Witness elimination successful. Cover story implemented.
Outstanding work, all personnel. Pennington was Test Site 100. A significant milestone in the program, and a complete success by our standards.
Colonel, with maybe another 100 test sites, we should be ready to move beyond Phase 1 into actual battlefield deployment.
Excellent, Dr. Vex. Another 100 test sites. Another 100 opportunities for data collection. And program refinement. The future of warfare is being born, one experiment at a time.
Colonel, personnel are requesting permission to celebrate successful completion of a challenging operation.
Granted, Major, but remind them this is classified. What happened in Pennington stays in Pennington. Or rather, what happened in Pennington never happened at all.
Colonel Drakemore, final status report on Pennington operation. Complete incineration confirmed. All biological material from Subject Pinky has been destroyed. Temperature readings exceeded 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Total sterilization achieved.
Excellent, Dr. Vex. No trace biological material remaining?
0 trace elements detected. The creature has been completely eradicated, along with all contaminated infrastructure.
Major Wolf reporting media coverage status. National news outlets have picked up the industrial accident story. Headlines reading, Tragic gas explosion destroys small town. Environmental disaster claims 847 lives. Investigation ongoing into safety violations.
Perfect narrative control, Major. Any investigative journalists expressing doubt?
None detected, Colonel. The story is being accepted without question. Local authorities are cooperating fully. Federal investigators will close the case within 60 days.
Lieutenant Ironheart with personnel updates. Target Selection Committee has confirmed Test Site 101. Riverside Township approved for next deployment. Population 1,200. Perfect isolation parameters. Demographic analysis shows optimal test conditions.
Outstanding selection, Lieutenant. What's the timeline for operation transfer?
Equipment relocation begins next week. New facility construction in progress. Personnel assignments have been updated. Dr. Vex will maintain primary research position.
Colonel, I have preliminary designs for Subject Quincy, incorporating all lessons learned from the Pinky failure, growth limitation protocols implemented, enhanced neural control systems, and multiple termination switches.
Dr. Vex, walk me through the improvements.
First, reduced biomass accumulation rate. Pinky grew too large too quickly. Quincy will maintain human-scale proportions, but with enhanced strength and durability.
Maintaining infiltration capabilities?
Absolutely, Colonel. Quincy will appear human until activation, perfect for behind enemy lines deployment. The targeting system has been refined. Programmable demographic parameters, age, genetic markers, even specific facial recognition.
Dr. Vex, what about the intelligence issues? Pinky became too independent, started making its own decisions.
Excellent point, Major. Quincy will have hard-coded behavioral limits, remote command override capabilities, and loyalty programming that cannot be overridden.
Colonel, advanced teams are requesting deployment authorization, surveillance operations in Riverside Township, infrastructure mapping, and infiltration preparation.
Approved, Lieutenant. Full reconnaissance operation. I want complete intelligence on Test Site 101. Population patterns, key infrastructure, optimal deployment zones.
Colonel, surveillance teams will establish covert positions, monitoring civilian routines, identifying families with children in target demographics, mapping emergency response capabilities.
Major, ensure containment protocols are refined. The Pennington operation was successful, but containment took longer than optimal.
Understood, Colonel. Riverside Township has better geographic isolation, single access road, limited communication infrastructure, easier to control information flow.
Colonel, budget allocation for the Quincy development, the enhanced control systems require significant resources, particularly the neural interface components.
Dr. Vex budget is approved. Based on the promising results from Pennington, I'm authorizing a 40% increase in program funding. The military value of this technology is enormous.
Excellent, Colonel. With increased funding, development timeline improves significantly. Subject Quincy can be ready for field testing in 5 weeks.
Colonel, what about the surrogate mother situation? Quincy will require the same delivery method as Pinky. We need to identify a suitable candidate in Riverside Township.
Lieutenant, that's a priority assignment. Medical screening of pregnant women in the target area. Find someone isolated, minimal family connections. Someone who won't be missed immediately.
Colonel, the implantation process has been refined based on data from the Pennington delivery. We can ensure more controlled emergence and better initial containment.
Dr. Vex, how many more field tests until battlefield deployment?
Conservative estimate, 12 more test sites. Each iteration provides crucial behavioral data. We need to test various urban environments, different population densities, geographic conditions.
12 more test sites means 12 more towns. Approximately 10,000 to 15,000 total civilian casualties. For research purposes. Acceptable numbers for national security advancement.
Colonel, timeline for Phase 2 implementation? When do we move from field testing to tactical deployment?
Lieutenant, estimated 18 months. Assuming current testing schedule maintains pace, we could have battlefield-ready bioweapons deployed against enemy populations.
Colonel, potential deployment scenarios, enemy territory infiltration, urban warfare support, civilian population control.
All of the above, Major. These creatures could revolutionize warfare. Imagine deploying them in enemy cities. Self-replicating, intelligent, nearly unstoppable. They could eliminate entire populations without risking our personnel.
Colonel, the psychological warfare applications are remarkable. The terror factor alone could force enemy surrender without conventional military engagement.
Colonel, personnel rotation for Test Site 101. Some team members are requesting reassignment. The Pennington operation was emotionally challenging.
Lieutenant, granted. Anyone expressing moral concerns should be transferred. We need personnel fully committed to the mission. This is advanced warfare research, not social work.
Colonel, new personnel have been screened and approved. Full psychological evaluation completed, loyalty and commitment verified, ready for Riverside Township deployment.
Perfect, Major. Fresh personnel with no emotional attachment to previous operations or casualties.
Colonel, final question regarding test parameters. Should Subject Quincy target the same demographics? Children aged 5 to 12 proved most effective for Pinky.
Affirmative, Doctor. Vex. Children provide optimal testing conditions. Emotional impact on adult population. Panic response, breakdown of social order. Perfect laboratory conditions for behavioral study.
Colonel, the Pennington operation is officially closed. All documentation archived. Personnel reassignments complete. Equipment relocation authorized.
Outstanding work, everyone. Test Site 100 exceeded expectations. Despite containment challenges, the data collected is invaluable.
Colonel, personnel are ready for Test Site 101. Riverside Township will be our next laboratory, another opportunity for program advancement.
Colonel, I'm confident Subject Quincy will be superior to Subject Pinky in every measurable way. The Pennington casualties were not in vain. They contributed to scientific progress.
Dr. Vex, that's exactly the right perspective. Every casualty serves a greater purpose. National security, military advancement, the future of American dominance.
Colonel, Riverside Township surveillance begins tomorrow. Target identification and preparation phase. We just need to find our next surrogate mother.
Lieutenant, begin the selection process. Find us the perfect candidate. Someone who won't be missed. Someone isolated and vulnerable. Someone whose sacrifice will advance our mission.
Colonel, Test Site 101 will be even more successful. We've learned from every mistake. Riverside Township won't know what hit them.
Major, that's the goal. Perfect execution. Maximum data collection. Minimal loose ends. Another step toward Phase 2 deployment.
Colonel, Subject Quincy development begins immediately. 5 weeks until field testing. The future of biological warfare is being born in our laboratories.
Dr. Vex, excellent work on this project. Pennington was a complete success, and Riverside Township will be even better. The experiment continues, and science marches forward, one test site at a time.